everyone and happy Sunday. Welcome to another update of my hashtag 365 days of samples. So let's start with some products that I would not purchase the full size of. So the first product is from First Aid Beauty. This is the Ultra Repair Cream. It's for intense hydration for dry, parched skin. So this was an okay moisturizer and that's it. There was really nothing spectacular or special about it. It's not like I put it on my face and I was like, oh my god, my skin looks amazing, so hydrated, not a single dry spot to be seen. It was just an absolutely average, okay moisturizer. You know, there's nothing really bad about it, but there's nothing really good, which is why I wouldn't purchase it. It just did not make my skin look great. If I want a hydrating moisturizer, I want something that's really hydrating, that's going to seep into my skin pretty easily and not be tacky or sticky, and I just want to see improvement in my skin over time, and I just did not see any improvement in my skin over time using this. I finally finished the champagne shade from the Model Co highlighter trio, or as finished as it's going to be. I had a little revelation over the last couple of days, and it probably sounds like absolute common sense to most people, but I thought I would share it anyway. So I haven't completely finished this product, although it really is almost done. I might have a couple of uses left in there, but I had this thought that I was like, why am I pushing myself to completely pan products when I have more of similar products and I'm not planning on purchasing anything? And if I've used it enough to know that it's not for me, that I wouldn't repurchase it or purchase a product that's kind of similar to it, why would I keep using it? I think it's because I'm so accustomed to completely trying to pan things and finish things, because it's what people often want to see, because I show publicly what my progress is on items that I'm using. If I was not showing people and not getting that kind of feedback, I probably would have stopped using this a long time ago, because I've already learned my lesson from it. I already know that I don't like sticky kind of cream highlighters like this. I like cream highlighters that are very soft and light, and I like things that are a little bit different in color, because that gives me a reason to use it and to help build the base for a more like intense, otherworldly kind of highlight. So it was just one of those epiphany moments where I was like, you know what, this does not make any sense. I have so many other cream highlighters and so many other products in general. Why am I still pushing myself to use this? Obviously I don't want to disappoint people, but I feel like that's going to start happening because I'm leaning more towards using to a point and then decluttering. Like, there's flat out products that I've tried here that I used a couple times and decided that I'm going to be decluttering, and I've been doing that for a while. So why wouldn't I do that with products that I've been using? I don't know. It's just a really silly thing, and I feel so much better now that I've kind of come to that decision within myself that that's what I'm going to do moving forward, and not just trying to finish things for the sake of finishing things, but finishing things because I want to finish them. So anyway, glad that I've learned my lesson big time from this product. And the last product that I would not purchase the full size of is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I know this might be kind of controversial because a lot of people love this primer and I hated it. So out of this little foil packet thing, I got to use the primer 3 times, and that's a pretty good, reasonable amount of time to try a primer and see if you're gonna like it or not, and I really did not like it. From the moment I first used it, I did not like it because it emphasized all my pores. I've talked about this before with illuminating or like radiant sort of primers, that sometimes they can really just make my pores look massive, and I would rather go in with a traditional primer, like something that's just hydrating, very basic, and then put a more illuminating foundation on top, or mix a foundation with like a liquid highlighter or even a liquid primer to make my skin glow but not look like my skin has massive pores. So I used it with 3 different foundations as well to try it out. I used it with a lightweight foundation, I used it with a full coverage foundation, and I used it with a luminous foundation, and none of them looked good. All 3 times I was so unhappy with the way that my skin looked. If I didn't have to go right out the door, I would have taken my base makeup off and reapplied it. I just really did not like it that much. But on a positive note, the other half of the card, I split it in half because this product I would purchase the full size of. I only have one of those this week, and that is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. This has got to be one of my new favorite primers. I'm quickly developing a list of primers that I want to purchase. It's the Laura Mercier Blemishless Primer, which I used at the beginning of this year with this project. I still remember it, still want to purchase it, and this primer. Wow. What a huge difference between the First Light Primer and the Backlight Primer. Like the Backlight Primer, my pores looked huge. I just felt like my skin just looked bad. This stuff makes my skin look so glowy and radiant. I really do think this primer does all that it claims to do. Brighten, revive, smooth, and even. I enjoy using it so much, and I personally really like the way that my skin looks when I use this primer. Okay, so I have two products that I am decluttering. The So Susan Rose Quartet Lip and Cheek Cream. This is totally dry. It's totally dry. I'm not even gonna bother talking about this anymore. I tried to use it, and the container doesn't shut all the way, so the product just completely dried out. Garbage. And then the Pop Beauty bronzer. This is Sun-Kissed Bronzer in Secret Sunshine. So this is a pretty cool toned bronzer. I am a cool toned person, but trying to brighten up your face with a cool toned shimmery powder doesn't really accomplish anything. I just felt like my face looked kind of muddy. I did try using it as a contour shade. That was such a train wreck. I didn't really see the glitter at first until I did emphasize it as a contour powder, and it was so bad. It was such a bad thing. So I don't have any way to use this. You know, I tried using it as a bronzer. I don't really like bronzers to begin with, and then trying to use it as a contour powder, too much glitter. So this bronzer ultimately did not work out for me. And I have three things that I am moving back into my collection. I'll go over these guys pretty quickly as well, because it's not really a whole lot to talk about. This isn't like an in-depth review. Most of these things I used a couple times and just use them either enough to know that I wanted to keep them and that I wasn't realistically going to be painting them anytime soon, or that I did not like them and wanted to get rid of them, like with the bronzer and the lip and cheek cream. So I have the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight 01. It's not matte at all. I do have a little bit of hand chewing on this because I've had this for a very, very long time. I got this, I think, as one of my first 500 point perks from Sephora, but it's still hanging on strong. It's not a super glow powder, and I've been really into the super glow, but every now and then you want to do something a little bit more natural, and that's where something like this really works well. So I am going to put this back with my highlighters. The little mini Tarte blush in Mirage. This should come as no surprise because the Tarte blush formula is one of my absolute favorite formulas. And this shade is so beautiful. It's a pale pink, but it doesn't show up like Barbie pink or like baby doll pink. It just looks very natural and gives you a very healthy, flushed, like I just went for a brisk walk kind of a look, at least for me and my skin tone. So I really enjoyed using this, and I will continue to enjoy using that powder. And then the last thing I decided to move back to my collection is this little guy from The Balm. This one I wasn't sure about in my last update because it's a bronzer blush. It's the Take a Dip bronzer blush. Someone told me when I first drew it, and I can't remember who it is right now, but thank you, that they use it as a crease shade. And it actually is a gorgeous, gorgeous crease shade. I do have it a little bit with all this ridiculousness. I just started playing around with my makeup and started piling stuff on. Anyway, I did use this as a crease shade today as well, and it's just such a beautiful warm color, and it just adds a little bit of something. I want to find a lip color that matches. Like I'm going to go through my stash and find a lip color that matches and do like a really monochromatic look. Like I'm very inspired by it now when I wasn't before, so feeling good about these three. So that leaves me with the 4 products that are still in progress. So the DevaCurl It's That Good SuperCream, I have not even opened this yet. because I've been just using a few other hair products, and I honestly have not washed my hair that much, but I've been using this one. This is the Briogeo Curl Charisma Rice, Amino, and Quinoa Frizz Control Gel. So I've been using this most of the time just to kind of get a feel for it. I don't have naturally curly hair. My hair is naturally very straight, but I like products that are intended for curly hair because they tend to be denser and thicker, and so I try and like do what I can to make my hair look its best. So I do have a little bit of this in my hair as well, trying to control it, but like you can't control this frizz sometimes. So it's okay so far. It's not something that I really feel like I'm going to want to run out and repurchase right away, but you know, okay. The Elizabeth&James Nirvana Black Rollerball, still working on this. I'm getting near the end though because I've been trying to use it as much as possible. And I do have a tiny bit left of the Dr. Brandt 3D Filler Mask, like really a tiny bit. I do like this product, so I'm not ready to call it quits on it just yet. I thought about it, I was like, I could say it's done, but it's not done. I probably have a couple more uses out of it because I don't use it all over my face. I usually just use it on my forehead area. That's what I've been using it for recently, because it's supposed to be like a filler mask. And of course I just had my birthday, so I'm extra paranoid about like wrinkles and all that kind of stuff. Lovely. So anyway, those 4 are the only 4 I have left, so now I need to choose some more products. So here is the sample box in all of its glory, and I am going to choose 6. I think I'm just going to go back to 10 right now because I don't want to have 8 new things to try, so I'm going to choose 6 products. So the first thing I have here is from Elizabeth&James, and this is the Vanilla Bourbon perfume. So this is actually kind of interesting. I would like to compare this to the Nirvana Black. The second product is, this is from NARS, and this is, oh, it's samples of concealer, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So there is a light shade, 2 medium shades, and a medium dark shade. Product 3 is from Dr. Brandt. This is the Pores No More Pore Refining Primer. The fourth product is, this is another bronzer. This is from PUR. This is Mineral Glow. The fifth product is from Dr. Brandt. This is the Pores No More Luminizer Primer. Fantastic, because I can actually compare the 2 of them. And the 6th and final product is from Buxom, and this is another bronzer. Alright, well, I might be doing some decluttering over the next 2 weeks. We shall see. So that is everything for this update. Make sure to let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns down below. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I truly hope you have an awesome week ahead of you. Don't forget to join me next Sunday for a lipstick roulette update. 2 weeks time for hashtag 365 days of samples, but I do put up videos throughout the week, so make sure you are subscribed and you get your notifications so you don't miss any of my videos, any of my updates. I'm hoping to have a lot more stuff coming your way pretty soon. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.